And although, you know, your ultimate goal is to achieve that year-long success, you have to give yourself grace. The time is, I don't have a watch on, but I swear I just looked at my phone, 4:35 p.m. There's a dog barking. And it is January 13th. And it is January 13th, 2020. And here we are with another video. In my hair, in my mouth. Welcome back to my channel. If you are a newcomer, my name is Gabriella Hope, and I'm making, ignore that dog, and I'm making videos on being a college student and being a Christian and basically anything and everything in between. If you are a regular, it is good to see your beautiful face. Either way, I hope you stick around and like and subscribe to see more videos. Now, let's get started. So for today's video, first of all, I apologize in advance for my hair because the wind is blowing it everywhere. You know what? I'm just gonna put it back. And I also apologize in advance for that dog barking because there's nothing I can do about it. And if it looks like I'm squinting, I probably am. I'm looking directly at the sun, just so you know. So I hope you like this video because my eyes hurt right now. I'm sorry about that also. Getting on to the video, I just wanted to talk a little bit today about what were my goals in 2020? Did I succeed? And more importantly, what is success when it comes to our New Year's goals? Is complete success, like I did everything exactly right, how you should measure your growth? How should we look at success going into 2021? So that's what today's video is about. I hope you stick around. Starting out, like I said, I just want to go over my goals of 2020 and if I was successful or not. But I just want to talk a little bit about this. So one of my main goals was to read my Bible regularly and begin to study it more. And I feel that for the most part, I was really successful with that, especially early on in the year. But I did notice that later on in the year, I had a harder time being as committed, spending as much time. And so that's definitely something that I'm wanting to pick back up more regularly this year. But there was a lot of really good things about that, and I feel like I learned so much last year and grew so much in my faith, and being a part of different small groups was so helpful for me, having that community. I really think that this goal was one that I was successful with. Another goal that I had was to journal daily. Now, I've had this goal for a lot of years, and so it's kind of like, why would you keep repeating the same goal? But it's just something that I always want to do, and I find myself falling off the wagon every now and then, and so I usually just want to pick back up the next year if I have done that. Last year, I did pretty good. I did journal pretty regularly for most of the year, although I am sad because about the last 3 months, October, November, December, I hardly journaled at all. I got stuck trying to catch up because I'd fallen behind, and I couldn't get out of my, I need to catch up to just move forward and start writing now. But I have so much written down in memories and moments that I do have, and so again, I think that would be a successful goal. Now, I'm gonna go through these next ones just really quick because they're less of like big goals and more small goals, or more of a habit I wanted to form, or an intention that I wanted to have throughout the year, just being more intentional about this. I wanted to be more politically aware. Didn't happen too much. I wanted to spend less time on my phone. Not really, didn't happen. I wanted to read more. That didn't happen either. Another thing that I wanted to do was memorize more scripture, and I think the first 2 months or so of the year I did work on this a lot, very intentionally, and I did memorize, I don't know, a decent amount, but I stopped. So partially successful, but it could still be built on, you know? Graduate with a 4.0, I did that. Dance again, I did not end up doing that because of COVID and everything. I wanted to learn to cook. I did cook some more, but I am no pro, so I don't know if that's completely successful or not. Stop biting my nails. I have been a habitual, I don't know if that's the right word, nail biter my entire life, and I've been trying to kick it forever. But this was the year I finally have made the most progress I think I've ever made, I think is the biggest thing to say there. Time manage more. Yes and no, I'm doing better. Trust God and wait on His timing. that has been really hard this year. I should just make a whole video about that. But I'm sure you guys know, this year has been last year. This year is new. Last year was definitely a year to remember, but not always in the best sense of that phrase. But trusting God and waiting on His timing was definitely something that was so important last year, and I had a hard time doing it. I'm gonna be honest, it was hard, but I tried, and I think that's important too, because sometimes it helps so much. Buy a car, didn't do that. Be more active physically. Although I wasn't like super regularly active, I did have some improvement in that in the month of May, I did yoga almost every day. And then in the month of June, I went running almost, I would say about 4 or 5 times a week. So that definitely was really cool. I did really like that, and I kind of want to get back into that because I am terrible at exercising. Stop procrastinating. Nope. Did not stop procrastinating at all. I am the worst procrastinator out there. Yikes. Overthink less? No. Stay in better contact with my family. Hey, I moved home, so I'd say that one is a yes. Get up early and go to bed and have like my routine. You know, I think that I was doing good with this at school, and all of first semester I really had my routine down, because then when I came home I was like, okay, I'm just gonna pick this back up and keep rolling with it. But definitely throughout the summer I kind of lost that, and last fall I had a really hard time maintaining a routine. Going to bed early, getting up early, it didn't happen a lot. So yes and no. Continue crocheting often? Yes, I actually finished crocheting a whole blanket throughout the year, which was really cool. That is the first blanket I've ever crocheted, and I loved it. It was awesome. I also crocheted a lot of pot holders for my family, so that was super fun. The last one I just wanted to mention was learn more ASL and improve upon it, because I had taken a ASL 1 class, not this past fall, but fall of 2019, and I really wanted to learn more because I was interested in majoring in that. This was a goal that I really do think I succeeded in, because I took ASL 2, 3, and now I'm just starting 4 this 2021 semester. But I learned so much. I had the opportunity to go to DC to Gallaudet University, the only university for the deaf in the world. And the entire trip, the group I was with, we had to sign the whole time, and I just learned so much this year about deaf culture, about ASL, and I love it so much. I think that is a goal that I really did do well on. So that kind of wraps up my goals from last year, slash the things I wanted to create habits in or make new intentions about. And now I just want to talk a little bit about having success in your goals. What does that look like? And giving yourself grace. So I just want to emphasize, a year-long goal is major. Like, that's a huge commitment to make. 365 days telling yourself that you're going to do something throughout that whole period of time, and not only you're going to do something, but a lot of people, including myself, as you probably just heard, set a lot of goals, or some major ones, and then a whole bunch of stuff they want to try to do. We set all of these goals in this huge period of time, and we expect ourselves to be perfect about it all, and if we're not perfect, we failed, right? I want to contest that. In a way, it almost might feel like you're setting yourself up for failure from the get-go. And although, you know, your ultimate goal is to achieve that year-long success, you have to give yourself grace. If you mess up, or if something throws you off, get back up again, keep going. Don't beat yourself up about it. I think it's just so important that when we make goals, and this is something that I want to be more intentional about, is with that goal, realizing that there are going to be times when you can't do that, or you're not able to do that, and that's okay. A year is a long time with a lot of change and a lot of growth. Maybe some goals that you set at the beginning of the year, they become no longer relevant, or your circumstances change, you're no longer able to pursue that, you can't make that work, you don't have a desire to do that anymore, and that's okay. We create goals to motivate us and inspire us to grow, to take an extra step forward, to do something we've always wanted to do. Please, please, never take those goals and then if you fail or you don't succeed as much as you wanted to, turn it into something to shame yourself with or drag you down. Because even if you fall, you can get back up again, you can keep going, and whether you fail or succeed, you can learn a lot in a year with that goal. Yes, 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 do things you want to do, but do them because you want to do them. In my opinion, we should stop making goals that have the words stop, don't, not, can't, all of those. I don't like this, so I'm just gonna get rid of it. And instead, make goals that start with want, desire, dream, begin, learn, love, and joy. Because first of all, if we want to change something, if we have something we want to change here, instead of making a goal to just stop doing that, we need to replace it with something good. And something else that I think is important is when you're making your goals, be specific. If you just say, I want to eat healthier this year, it probably won't happen. I'm not gonna lie. It could, but it's less likely versus if you say, I want to eat healthier this year, what does that look like in my life? Maybe you say, okay, I'm gonna cook 2 meals with X amount of vegetables a week, or I'm gonna start drinking smoothies for breakfast every morning, or I'm gonna stop buying the boxed freezer meals from the frozen section. Whatever it is, we need to be more specific about what our goals are and what we want the outcome of that to be. Do you want the outcome of eating healthier to reduce your blood pressure, or help you lose weight, or just feel better inside? Because honestly, eating healthier just makes you feel better. That's fine. Like, that's totally fine for that to be your goal, but you need to have a more specific goal and a more specific way to get there. But no matter what, even if you have those specific goals and you don't stick to them and you stray away, or maybe you come back and it's kind of all over the place, don't beat yourself up about it. Look at the successes for what they are. Look at when you hit a lower spot and just acknowledge, all right, so right then I didn't do as well, but over here I did amazing. And that is what we should be focusing on. And so I would just encourage you in 2021, new year, fresh start. Use your goals. Instead of dragging you down, let them motivate you and inspire you to live a better life and a happier life. But don't let them take away from the happiness that's already found in your life right now. Because believe me when I tell you that there are so many things in your life that you can be happy about, that you can be thankful for. And I know it's hard, and I don't know what your life looks like or what struggles you've been going through. And I don't know what that dog barking is upset about, but there's something. But even despite whatever you've gone through, there's always at least one good thing. Maybe it's just the sun is shining. Maybe it's the birds singing, or the dog next door barking, or maybe it's the fact that you get to drink water, or the pretty little rocks in your driveway, or the snow falling, or the rain falling, or the leaves falling, whatever it might be. There's always something good. So I would challenge you this year to be motivated and inspired and find something good in every single day. Thank you so much for watching my video. I hope that you subscribe. Please like this video if you liked it or found anything helpful or useful or thought-provoking in it. And please comment down below what goals that you had last year that you felt you were successful at, or that you felt you were able to achieve, or maybe even the ones that you didn't and you want to try again at for this year. Just remember that goals are good as long as you use them for good. The time now is 4:55. That's right, it's been exactly 20 minutes. Thanks again, and thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.